Destiny 2 Nature of the Beast Weapon Review. Anyway, this hand cannon is a pretty good hand cannon. Surprising fact, though, that it is in the highest rate of fire category, aka the weird scout rifle hand cannon thing going on, where it recoils straight up instead of a little bit to the right or left, because, you know, the animation. And I'd say this is pretty good, especially since, well, the archetype that it's in is not that great, and the only other one that I know of is the West of Sunfall hand cannon, which, well, it takes some getting used to. While the nature of the beast is pretty good, as mostly because the sights are open. Like, all hand cannons have a pretty good sight on sights and whatnot, and the only other hand cannon that I know of in this archetype, which is the West of Sunfall 7, that hand cannon has kind of a cluttered sight, aka you can see the person when you're aiming down sight, sure, but when you shoot, the gun covers up your whole line of sight, so you don't really know what's going on. But with this hand cannon, since it is a Suros hand cannon, it has a pretty good field of view. And also, it is a Crucible hand cannon, so you can go ahead and just jump in and hopefully get from shacks or something like that. Anyway, then you have the perks. The Crossfire HS sight, you got Steady Hand HCS, then you have a Pendant Mag, Accurized Rounds, and Dragonfly, which, well, let's just say that in PvP, this thing is good on base stats. Like, here I'm just using the top row of perks. Well, I like to put the two perks that we can change on the bottom setting instead of the top, with the Accurized Rounds and the Steady Hand sight, because, well, stability and range. But other than that, this is a pretty cool hand cannon, and with Dragonfly, it is okay in stuff like strikes and whatnot if you happen to get a high level hand cannon of one of these, but you're probably already at max light, and you're looking for stuff for PvP if you're still playing. So this thing is actually pretty good, and especially with its unique archetype. I'd say it's a very good change up from the usual metal weapons, like Might of Multi-Tool, Uriel's Gift, to name a few. I kind of do like this the close quarter stuff when it comes to the meta, but I'm not a fan of the scouts or the long range auto rifles. Anyway, back to hand cannons. This thing has a very decent impact for a high rate of fire hand cannon. A very good range on its max setting. Stability is pretty high up there on its max setting, and handling is pretty good. Reload speed is kind of slow if you're not, like, you know, doing Crimson doubles, or you have, like, the Gunslinger subclass or whatnot. And then the rounds per minute, obviously 180 because the archetype, and then you have 10 rounds in the magazine if you're using steady rounds, and if you're using a Pendant Mag, which is what I'm using in this video, since I'm using all top 3 instead of bottom 2, then the Dragonfly. Anyway, with the Pendant Mag, you get 12 rounds, just 2 extra bullets. Not that much of an advantage, but yeah, I'd say it's okay. But I do think Accurized Rounds is better for PvP, especially if you're just going to do quick play or something. Well, anyway, smack that like button, hit the sub, drop the comment, and I'll see you guys later for another video on the channel. I am out of here.